Welcome to the Munch Brunch, a special little thing that we do while we drink beer in the morning. Cheers, sir.
Cheers.
Pabst Blue Ribbon, thank you very much.
Happy Easter 2020.
Yeah, happy. Yeah. Quarantine Easter.
Go ahead and
Quaranteaster.
Go ahead and hide your eggs in your, kitchen cabinet or whatever.
Kitchen cabinets. Done that before when I lived in Sacramento. We didn't have an outdoor area like we have now, and actually had to hide in the house.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was never into Easter because of, the usual Easter beatings.
The usual Easter beatings?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, you didn't have that?
No.
Oh.
No Easter beatings for me.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah,
Easter baskets, though.
I'm just kidding. I didn't have Easter beatings.
The morning brunch. Well, I mean, kind of go into this blindly. Don't have anything really to talk about other than just jabber-jawing,
Oh, yeah. Well, I think we've been thinking a lot on the coronavirus and the quarantine and stuff like that. I think that we should really be getting into that sort of thing. Like, what do we plan on doing once we're out of this and we're in a steady place again? What's the first thing that you want to do?
Well, me and Tank Girl, we're gonna get turfed at an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Turfed?
Yeah, we're getting drunk. We're gonna eat prime rib and drink mimosas and take an Uber home.
That sounds great.
Yes, you should join us. We're going to South Point. South Point has like the best all-you-can-eat buffet. It's like $17 if you get their little card.
I would love to, but also in Container Park there is a brunch place that has endless mimosas, and I go there for the endless mimosas.
What I didn't tell you is South Point has all-you-can-drink mimosas as well.
No, South Point is pretty good. I used to live right there.
So all-you-can-drink mimosas, all-you-can-eat prime rib. They have omelet stations. They got waffles. They got everything. But I'm down to try Container Park. What's it called? Do you know what it's called?
No idea what it's called.
It's just some hipster place, probably, because it's in Container Park.
It's above a toy store, like right near the stage, the back.
Oh yeah, the back. Yeah, I remember that. If you ever been to Container Park, it's pretty cool. Here in Vegas, they got a giant praying mantis made out of metal out in the front that at nighttime blows fire, like probably 20 feet out.
Everything out there is made from basically recycled materials.
Yeah.
It's called Container Park because
there's containers.
Yes.
Everything's made out of containers.
It's made of containers and Connex.
If you don't know what a container is, it's what trucks haul in the back. It's the giant metal trailer.
Yeah, Connexes.
Yeah, Connex. Well, I'm just saying, people who don't know what those are.
That's true.
It's a giant, sheet metal truck container. So I've unloaded many of them in my career and warehousing, and they suck. But when you make in-houses and businesses out of it, that is cool because they're very cheap. They're like $10,000, I think, to buy brand new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Connex is, generally speaking, if you've ever seen like a public school, like a middle school, they usually have those in the
back
top area.
Yeah, with all their supplies, like their school supplies, not like pencils and shit, but usually the PE person uses them, for stuff for that.
Yeah, like for example, if you're like foldable bleachers get damaged or something like that, they'll store spares in that if they have spares and that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's cool. So, but there's also something else at Container Park I always want to try, and it's that freaking dome theater that they have. It's like a dome that you walk into, and you watch movies on the ceiling, I think, or some shit like that. It's almost like one of those, was it Star Observatory things, whatever it's called, where they put on a show, light show, basically.
They're usually called observatories.
They have ones like Pink Floyd, and then they have other stuff. They show movies there too. So I've always wanted to try that out. I know they used to have a bacon store there. That was pretty funny. Like they had fun where they put all these different types of bacon on the wall, like in their packages, and then one of them says vegan bacon, and it's completely blank. There's nothing inside the bag.
They have a really good jerky store out there.
Yeah, in Container Park. Yeah, jerky bacon, but they have like jerky bacon.
Oh, is that the same store?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have jerky
really
bacon. Not just bacon, not just jerky, but like jerky bacon. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, the whole theme of that store is jerky and it's great. There is a bar I want to go to out there that just has a selection of whiskey, man.
Oh, that's cool.
It's called the Whiskey Bar.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's cool thing about Container Park is it's like really close to Fremont, so there's plenty of bars to go to, like the Griffin and there. What else was there? I'm still not really too versed in down there because I've only been there like twice. Rebar, yeah. There's what was it? The one where they play. The people would play in like the back area. Is that like backstage or something?
Rebar and the other bar next to it,
I think there's one,
Davy Jones's Locker.
I think one was called Backstage Billiards or something like that. I don't know. It's like they used, or Triple B or something, B bar or something.
I don't know what that's called,
but it's over by there, all those bars, and like you go into it like on a Saturday and you'll see like a bunch of people and you're like, oh, I don't want to be around these people. They're like bros and bros and the host, right? Like the bar people. And then you go into the back and they have a door in the back and there's a giant stage and people are playing shows and you're like, oh, here's where my people are.
And it connects to another one, right? Another bar?
I don't know. It may.
Yeah, if that's one you're talking about Rebar and Davy Jones Locker.
Well, the bars down there change names like ridiculous.
I think Rebar is just about to change its name too.
Yeah, they change so quick. I think they just rebrand because people are like, oh, this bar sucks now. So then they rebrand and then they open it up as the same exact bar, but it's different themed, and they're like, oh, this bar's great.
Yeah, it's weird because it's a quality bar.
Yeah.
It stays at quality.
All the bars down there are quality bars. They just, the clientele aren't the best.
They're fishy.
Yeah, they're fishy. They're the hip people, the people that need to be up on everything, and that's not my people. I like the people who go into a bar because they're trying to drink and they're trying to have a good time because they want to make friends.
Yeah, we had a version of this in like the 90s and late 2000s. People would be like, oh, pink is out, black is in.
Yeah.
And then like 3 seconds later, black is out, orange is in.
Orange is here. The orange is the new black. Oh, movie or TV show.
Yeah, so
TV show.
That's what it's like. It's just like they're flagging out which bars they're going to be on.
Yeah.
Or
So
be at. But my recommendation is if you have never been to Las Vegas and you're looking for Beyond the Strip, for what we do as locals.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Go ahead.
It's about the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you come to Vegas and you go to the Strip, all you're really going for is what's on the outside. When you go inside, there's nothing special about those casinos.
Well, so you're going to spend a lot of money. We call it the strip tax. It's
Yeah,
just
strip
basically
tax. You go and get a
convenience
drink. Any kind of drink on the Strip, it's gonna be $15 to $20. It's ridiculous. Even for a beer, I've seen them up to like $12, $13 for a tall boy. Like I can get, but actually what you should know is if you go on the Strip, the best thing to do is find the CVS on the Strip and just buy singles and then walk around the Strip that way. Oh wait, or what's that other liquor place that we went with Ivan?
I don't remember.
The one that was in, okay, but there's other liquor stores on the Strip and inside some of these places, and you get way cheaper beer. You get your tall boys for $3, and then walk on the Strip, and everybody's trying to sell you $15 tall boys, and you're like, no, I'm good. But when you go to the Strip, it's just for what you see on the outside. You get to see the Eiffel Tower, you get to see New York, you get to see the Luxor Pyramid, and all that shit. But Fremont is the more fun on the inside. You've got the light show, you've got zip lining, you've got all that shit. Like, the Strip, you got the Link, which has the Ferris wheel and a little bit of zip lining, but it's nothing like Fremont. Fremont's got Nerd, which is a nerd bar.
That's what I was actually just about to suggest.
Well, it's not before that, but they've got, for the people who partake, there's a cannabis museum there.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a Walking Dead experience where you actually get to walk through like a basically haunted house all year, but Walking Dead themed.
Or if you go right below the Nerd Bar, and you just want to get strangely hyphy with melee weapons of old.
Yes, the axe throwing place.
There's an axe throwing.
But you can throw more than just axes. Knives, axes, I think a spear if you really wanted to, and then all types of different size axes and such. And you get to do it while drinking beer, which I know living in California, that would never happen there. What? Drinking and sharp weapons? No, thank you.
Although I did hear that California recently started opening cantinas.
Oh, nice.
If you don't know what a Taco Bell cantina is, it's a Taco Bell with a margarita machine.
Yeah, or a beer.
And beer.
You can drink at the Taco Bell, which that's how it should be.
Yeah, because like Taco Bell's drunk food.
It's drunk food, and you need more. It's like where you go to stay drunk. Like you're like, I'm gonna eat this food so I can go drink more. That's what Taco Bell is. So, yeah, but like Fremont, Fremont's dope. Like, just all the bars that are down there, like they're all in almost one area. Guess a place that's out there that I haven't gone to that I really want to go to.
Where?
Evil Pie.
Evil Pie. Oh, yeah.
Evil Pie is an Evel Knievel themed pizza place.
Owned by Evel Knievel. So.
Is it really? Robbie Knievel owns it?
Yeah. That's what I heard anyway.
That's awesome.
Blasphemous cannot vouch for that fact, but I believe that is true, yes.
I definitely want to go to that place.
We would definitely recommend Secret Pizza.
Oh, Secret Pizza at the Cosmo. It's called Secret Pizza because they don't tell you where it is unless you ask the actual employees. And they might not want to tell you or not, but it's like amazing. It tastes like New York style pizza, like the closest you'll ever get to it. I'm pretty sure they import the water to make the dough there. Like it's that much of a place. Like they import New York water to make the dough. And
it feels like we're constantly in search of this feeling of nostalgia on this show because we just love feeling like that back when we were kids. Secret Pizza gives you a feeling of nostalgia for hole-in-the-wall pizzerias when you were young.
Oh, dude, yeah. Like you walk in and you've got that level of filth you expect to come out of the pizzeria, even though they are clean. You know, you got the customers. We were talking about this the other night. The customers just leave their shit on the counter, and you know what? For some reason, it just makes it feel more realistic,
authentic,
more authentic. And they're like, "What kind of pizza you want?" And then you're like, and they look at you like, "Why are you wasting my time, asshole?" Like, and then you just make it. They're like, "Well, what's that one? No, what's the one we had? Meatball something, some kind of cheese pizza." And I was like, "Sign me up." Like I had it, and it was like the best thing I've ever eaten.
Oh, I don't know.
The dude felt like I was in New York. He's like pissed off that I'm not taking forever to tell him what I want, and then they take the slice and put it in the oven, and then guess what? He forgets about you. Like the cashier now knows who you are. Like the place you would find the wadded up napkins and the clear blue Pepsi cups that you would fill up your drink with, the reusable ones. Like, that's what that place feels like. And then you walk down the tunnel to get there, the secret hallway, and they've got just vinyls, old school vinyls going all the way over you and going down both sides of you, and it's really cool. Yeah. Like stuff you would like, probably records that have always been forgotten. Like nobody knows about those anymore.
It just kind of gives you the same feeling of like when you see the what's now called the Fuck Jerry design.
The Fuck Jerry design.
Yeah, it's that like bluish chalk pattern that has like a little pink running through it, and it's usually overlaid by like a white outline.
Uh-huh.
If you look up the word "fuck Jerry," no spaces between it, you'll see the blue chalk I'm talking about.
All right, I'm looking it up. Oh gosh, my fucking thing.
I think it's
my phone is very special.
I think it's actually originally a Dixie cup.
Like at Costco.
Yeah.
The blue, the white cups that have the blue and the dark blue.
I think it was pink. I don't know.
I think there was probably one that had that extra color. Oh, I didn't know that's what it was called. That's funny.
What is it called?
Fuck Jerry.
Yeah.
The actual style is called Fuck Jerry.
Fuck Jerry.
But yeah, it's like that's where you would find those cups at Secret Pizza. Like. But it's so good. It feels like you're in New York and you're in Las Vegas at one of the most hoity-toityest casinos we have here, the Cosmo. Yeah. Like, didn't we sit down in there with Ivan and be like, "Hey, let's get drinks," and we're like, "How much for a Modelo?" And they're like $16. We're like, oh no.
Why?
We walked out. And we're like, no way.
We weren't actually at Secret with Ivan.
Oh, no, it was with Jason. We met Ivan afterwards. When we sat at that bar, I swear it was in the Cosmo. That was ridiculous. Like, if you're listening to this and you're a person who actually goes to clubbing, I don't think you're supposed to be here. Like, but hey, if not, that's okay. Like, stay around and talk. But maybe you want to know how nerds think, and this is how nerds think.
Or maybe you're, also part-time a nerd.
Yeah, secret nerds. But you should never be secret. You should be who you really are.
Yeah. Look, radical honesty is the best way to go about life. Like, you'll say some things that once you blurt out, you're just like, did I really say that? But at the end of it, you don't feel as much stress. You don't feel as much agitation. You're not feeling so annoyed. Right?
Yeah. But yeah, the place is cool. There's a lot of like restaurants over in Fremont that I want to try. I just don't remember their names, but definitely just to say I've done it, go to Heart Attack Grill. Just to eat something that's horrible. They actually make you wear a medical gown when you walk in there, and if you don't eat your food, they paddle you with a paddle by a nurse. So I guess you can get a lot of your kinks out in one freaking restaurant. I know Thomas could. Thomas, I hope you listen to this because I know you'd love that restaurant because of that fact.
Just thinking about the meals there, just give me a stomach ache.
Well, let's see. The burgers are called a bypass, a double bypass, a triple bypass, and a quadruple bypass. And the quadruple, I swear, is probably a foot tall burger. Or not 1 foot, like a 12 feet. Or not 12 feet, 12 inches, like a ruler size burger. Like, you stand it on their freaking table and go up, and that's your burger. Like, it's huge.
Yeah, they have, like, full fat milkshakes.
Yeah.
Like,
real
milk
food.
Fat.
Yeah. Like, cardiac arrest shit. And here's a great thing I think is kind of funny about that restaurant. Is if you're one of our bigger fans, and you're over 300 pounds, you eat for free there. That's ridiculous. They're like, hey, if you're really fucking fat, the meal's on us. Like, we're gonna keep making you fat. Like, okay, is this good or is this bad? And you're like, I don't know.
Is this good or is this bad? This is America.
This is America.
So is this good or is this bad? America. Just answered you. Yeah.
And then, of course, if you're in Vegas, I know they don't have any in the West, as far as I know. The only two of these in the West, as far as I'm concerned, is here in Las Vegas, and that's White Castle. White Castle on the Strip, White Castle on Fremont, and boy, is the food up to par. Like, steamed buns, perfectly cooked meat. They've got sautéed onions on these. So like when you get them in the grocery store, the onions are garbage. You get them here and they're like sautéed perfectly gold. Like, and they put it on your burger. You get cheese.
It's a light gold too.
And if you didn't know, they have double sliders there. We're talking Big Mac sliders.
They have chicken
bun,
sliders
meat, bun. Yes, and they got chicken and double chicken. And then, of course, the greatest thing about that place, freshly crispy, crinkle-cut fries.
They are
perfectly salted. So good.
I would definitely recommend if you are in that area on the Strip.
Or on Fremont.
Or on Fremont. Well, if you're in that area on the Strip, though, I would recommend going to the Coca-Cola factory and taking the flight of sodas from around the world.
And they don't have it anymore.
Oh, they stopped it?
They got rid of that.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, I keep up to beat with the freaking what's going on the Strip, just so I know.
Some of the flavors were really, really weird, but it was an experience to have.
It was sodas all over the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They probably kind of like what Disney World used to do. They used to have a soda all over the world area.
Yeah, I went to dinner once and on a date, and I took her to dinner. I paid for dinner, and she said, "Okay, let me pay for dinner." And she said, "Okay, let me pay for dessert." And she had me drive out to the Coca-Cola factory, and and we took that flight, and it was cool, and it was a decent day.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's a sensible place to go.
Yeah, and not to mention, right around that area is the M&M store, the 3-level M&M store.
Can't you just like get a single or like whatever color combination you want?
Yeah.
Now?
They have
That's
colors,
nuts.
tons of colors, and you can make the most colorful bag if you wanted.
That's nutty nut ball.
Nutty nut balls.
Nutty nut balls gazoo.
But then there's the Hershey store, and you can actually see I don't know what scale it is, but it's basically like an 8 or 10 foot tall like Statue of Liberty made out of Hershey's chocolate. Like, it's nuts. You can touch it too, but I wouldn't recommend it because that's how you get the COVID. Like, dude, everybody touches that thing just to say they did. It's gross. It's so hard.
Now getting back to the Heart Attack Grill and back on Fremont Street, the Heart Attack Grill, dear viewers or listeners, munchlets or
Munchlets.
whatever we want, or what we're gonna call you guys, or whatever you want to be called. Well, you know, Dr. Cheese likes his greens,
Yes.
his veggies. He likes his greens. He likes to keep it a little bit healthy, right? So that place is really not for my type, because like that's just thinking of that food just kind of makes me want to throw up.
Yeah.
A little too heavy on my stomach.
The stomach. Damn, so crazy. I was just looking to see what the names of the restaurants on Fremont were because I can't remember. There's one I wanted to try and I can't remember. But it's like, it's so crazy to go on Google and be like closed, 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 closed. Like, it's okay. They will open again.
Yeah.
Like, my phone's running slow too. Whatever. But yeah, Las Vegas is definitely a fun place. I don't know, yeah, like you said, when I first got here, I was like, let's go to the Strip, because I just want to see the outside and look at all the things they have. After a while, you're just like, yeah, no, I don't like dealing with the people there. People there are people from everywhere, so, and we're very close to LA, so you know what lots of the people there are.
Well, I'm living kind of on a budget because, you know, the situation everyone's kind of going through right now. And I want to try this place, and it's currently open for late deliveries and stuff like that, but I can't really afford it right now. But when everything's back up and I'm back up on my feet, the first place I want to go is Dirt Dog.
Oh, Dirt Dog, yeah. We have one pretty close to here.
That's the one I want to go to.
Yeah.
You
want the elote dog, don't you?
Oh no, I'm not real big on corn nowadays.
Okay. That's what they're known for, like their elote dog.
No, they're
It's
not.
basically a hot dog with elote corn and everything on top of it. I'm not into that shit, so.
They're known for having intense chili dogs that are like all beef, wrapped in bacon, fried on a what's called a fry top.
Yeah, basically it's overly exaggerated hot dogs.
Yeah, but
hey, let's put toppings, and then boom, tons of topping.
And also, you know, the bun's not good enough. You want big, thick Texas toast.
Yeah,
cut
basically
in half
is what their
down the middle.
what is their buns are. Oh,
Yeah,
Texas toast.
that's exactly what they are. And then they butter them, and then they grill them up on the sides, so they got a nice crunch on them. Oh, yeah.
You heard it here. Dr. Cheese just orgasmed.
It's so excessive. I'd have to eat like half of one.
Yeah. You're just like, this is too much.
But I want to try it, just to say I've tried it.
You know a place you need to try?
What's that?
And it's better for you than Dirt Dog. Dirt Dog's definitely somewhere you go if you want drunk food like that. That's the ultimate. That's level 9,000, you know?
That'll get you straight back to level one.
Yeah, right. But It's a place called Sharky's. Sharky's is a really good place. It's a Mexican food made with all organic food. Dude, they have this thing called a chicken tinga burrito. It's the best thing in the world. Kristen usually gets like fajitas there. Dude, and it's reasonably cheap. It's not expensive. Like it's almost looks like a Chipotle. You walk in, you order, and you sit down. Like, but it's so much better. Like it's real. Like, and there's a guy they have there. That's why I love this. This guy, I've never seen him in my life, but every morning he goes into that place when they're open, obviously, to make fresh salsa every day for the day. So he makes fresh salsa for the day. So the next day, he's got to make a fresh new batch. It's like, dude, that salsa is the best. They got from mild all the way to really hot. It's really good. Nice. Yeah, Sharky's.
You know where I can find that?
I think it's on Blue Diamond, close to where, what's that other casino that's by, Silverton, like close to the Silverton area.
Silverton area. Well, if you spend a lot of time out that way, there is also a place that I would recommend it's not super healthy food, but it's not like dirt tough.
Yeah.
WT Pho, out on Blue Diamond.
I think I've seen that.
It is a really good pho place. It blew me away my first bowl. I had the rare beef, and then I had a Thai tea.
Thai tea.
It was the first Thai tea I ever had. The best Thai tea I've had since.
Huh. I'll have to try that place. I love the pho restaurant names.
I've also had Thai coffee from there. Bomb.
What's your favorite pho restaurant name? I've seen a bunch.
In Chinatown out in Pocket in Sacramento, there's a place that, I kid you not, is called Pho King #1. Fucking #1.
Well, then you've got the great one here in Las Vegas. They actually have, it's a chain. They have a couple of them, and it's called Pho Kim Long.
Fucking long.
There's a one that I also love too. Is like it always keeps me positive when I go to work because I pass it, and it's called Pho King Do. I'm like, that's what I'm doing today. I'm gonna fucking do, like we need to get this day done. Positive reinforcement from a pho restaurant, for sure.
Thank you, fucking do or fucking do. I don't know how it's pronounced.
I've seen one that was called Pho, and it had the letter Q. Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't know if that's out here.
That's in Sacramento. That's on Q Street. That's why it's
so.
Q.
Yeah, I think so.
That is funny.
Dude, talking about Sacramento, and we're talking about food, you've got to mention Pieces by the Slice.
Pieces by the Slice.
I always forget what street it's on, but because I know downtown so well by the landmarks, I'm just like, oh yeah, we're right here, so that means I'm going to make a left, and then it's right there. Mm-hmm. It's like on How I Met Your Mother when Marshall's looking for that burger restaurant. Like, oh shit, where did it go? No, it's right here. No, wait, no, it's not here.
And that's almost to the quality of Secret.
No, I think it's pretty close, but they do their own. They're completely different. Secret actually has the thin New York crust. Mm-hmm. Pieces has just a thick crust, but it tastes like fresh bread. Like, yeah. I don't know how they do that.
They're delicious. That's why I'm saying it's close to.
Yeah. Well, they also make to order. Like, they already have pizzas made. You get slices from them. But like, okay, I want pepperoni. Mm-hmm. But hey, pizza lady. Usually they're like hipster ladies, like old ladies that are in there that work there, and they have like they have no time for your shit. Just get your pizza, let's go. And you just say, hey lady, I want that pepperoni, but can you put bell peppers and onions and mushrooms and stuff like that? And they go, okay, and they go take it over and they build your huge slice, like that's like probably 2.5 slices size.
Costco slice.
It's thick though too, and just build it up, and then they throw it in the oven and then you wait for it, and then it's just like the best pizza ever. It falls apart, so you gotta eat with a fork. But and then my favorite part about that place, Pieces by the Slice, is when you turn around from where you have your pizza, they've just got a fat wall of hot sauce. Like, how much hot sauce do you want on this pizza? We've got all the kinds, you know. And then they have the Parmesan and all that shit. Like, that's what I would do. Hot sauce my pizza and dip it in ranch. Like,
Yeah, it's in Roseville.
what
No,
is-
that there is one in Roseville though.
Pieces by the Slice? No.
Oh no, that
Pieces
is
by the
downtown.
Slice is in downtown Sacramento.
Ah, that's right.
The one in Roseville, I don't even know that's around anymore. But it was like in Main Street area, like where the bar center. I don't even know if everybody was even allowed to go out, if that area even is popping anymore.
It used to be like pretty popping on like Q in the late 20s.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm talking about like the bar scene in Roseville. Like that whole old town was like bar right next to each other. You could walk from one to the other, and in one area, and everybody had a bar that was like a little bit of that per people there, you know.
But you could also just do a constant bar crawl every weekend.
Yeah, and that was fun, especially in my early 20s. That was fun.
Yeah,
I did that with Jesse all the time. We would walk from my house, which was 2 miles away, just so we could have a way to walk back, so we would sober up by the time we got back to my house.
Yeah, we did that a couple of times too.
Yeah, you did it. You came with me.
Yeah, it was
It's
pretty
fun. Like the Owl Club, I always started at the old people bar. Like the Owl Club never was popping. Like there's always old people down below. They had bomb tacos. They made their own fresh street tacos, and like $1 a taco at nighttime. So we get those. You drink them. We get a beer and just chill there for like an hour, just talking. And the people, we'd go sit in the back where people would smoke and just have more conversations. That's what I loved, is going to a bar and having like great conversation, like we're doing right now, you know, but at a bar. It was fun. So, but then we would go from there. We'd never go next to it to the Tropicana, which was actually a bar in Roseville, not the casino that we have here, but a Tropicana bar. And I never went there. You know why? That bar I called the Yearbook. You know why I called it the Yearbook? Because when you walked in, you saw everybody in your damn yearbook. Like, that's where everybody who went to high school with me went. And I was like, I don't want to go see people I know that I don't go to, I've never talked to outside of high school when we were in it. So this is obviously well after high school. So why would I want to hang out with you if I haven't heard from you?
Yeah, right.
So I stayed away from that bar. The only time I ever went into it is if I was like talking to somebody and they were like, I'm gonna be at the bars, I'll be there, and I'd go there and be like, you're not the person for me. See you later. Then we would pass that, and then you go around the corner and there's an old bank that they converted into a club, and I think they called it the Vault. But me and Jesse would never go to that place because you had to wear fucking black pants, a button-up shirt. Sometimes people had to wear ties and shit. I'm like, this is not a place for me. I'm not gonna go there. But then you go across the way to the left, and that was our home, Main Street bar. That's what we called it. I can't remember what it was called. I forgot what the real name was called, but we always called it Main Street. And like, it was one of those bars that like felt like a dirty, like bullshit bar, but it was fun. Everybody went there. They had cheap alcohol. You get tall boy for like $3 at a bar, and then we went there so much we knew how to jerry rig the pool table to give us the balls. So we didn't break it or anything. It didn't work. So we just pushed the money thing in and pull it out, and the balls would drop. Like, didn't have to put anything in it. And we played pool all night. It was fun. So then we'd go obviously to the Boxing Donkey.
The Boxing Donkey.
The Boxing Donkey. Where they probably would make you waffles in the morning because it's also a restaurant. And I think they're open for breakfast, so.
Well, not right now, probably.
Not right now. I don't even know if they're still even in business anymore. Places there die so quick. There was a place there that is a bar, but it's not open anymore. It was called the Rose Room when we started going there. And that place actually had history. The bar is a giant piece of fucking wood. Like, it's an all wood bar. It actually is a bar from like I think they were told by the owner at the time. He's like, this is an original bar that was here, like from the 1900s.
Oh, shit.
Like, and they just preserved it and they kept it. It's always good.
Wasn't the story of downtown Sac that it sank into the swamp, and then
Or into the water.
right into the water, and then they built on top of it? That's why there's so many like ghost tours out there.
Well, they do have no. It's not that it sank. It's just the original city was built lower because the water was lower, and then the water started rising. I think because they probably built Folsom Dam or something. I don't know. Who knows? And it started rising, so they had to build up higher. So there's an underground, but it's technically above ground. Like, it's just how they hide it. It doesn't look like it's underground, but it's usually at the level at where it's supposed to be. So yeah, they have ghost tours there as far as I know. I've always wanted to take one. It's just you get to see, go to the actual real streets, like, of where it used to be. And supposedly it's haunted. So I'm always for that shit. Whether it's real or not, I still like the adventure of it. And like, oh, maybe I'll see a ghost. Oh, maybe, any of that stuff would be cool. But yeah, they have like artifacts down there from the 1800s. Back when it was founded. Like, they find bullets, there's pans, like, because of the gold rush. So people had the gold pans, all that stuff. They find. I think there's found clothes down there. Like, it's crazy.
Back when I lived in undisclosed location, I did go on a ghost tour, and they started talking about this thing that sounded exactly like sleep paralysis condition.
Oh yeah.
They called her like this, like a dark lady or something like that, and her shadow lady, and basically like this ghost that wants to drain your life, right? So you just don't look at her. If you notice her in your periphery or whatever. But because if you do, she'll give you sleep paralysis and this and that.
We're gonna talk about La Llorona, right? That's what it sounds like.
No, they make multiple references to multiple versions of them. The common ghost type.
Yeah, right. The wailing dark lady who wants to steal your life.
But like, I talked to my friends who do have sleep paralysis, and they do mention like a dark being appearing in the room and then coming up to sit on their chest.
Yeah.
Because what happens with sleep paralysis is that your mind is in that dream state, so it does give you some of that DMT.
Yeah.
Sweet DMT to make you hallucinate a little bit and make sure your eyes are moving around still, so that they don't dry out. And so you start seeing things that explain certain sensations you're having.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, when you are under sleep paralysis, you feel the full weight of your body that you don't normally feel while you're waking.
Yeah.
Because the conscious part of your brain turns that feeling off. So it feels distressing, feeling like all the weight of your body is pushing down on you.
Yeah, and then you've got your fucking DMT that's making you go,
I'm gonna
dream some lucid shit that's gonna make me understand why this weight is being pushed on my chest. Oh, guess what? It's this crazy fucking human being that looks like a hag coming at me.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Like
the hag.
A black hag.
Yeah. I've heard that. I've heard that from many people. I listen to a lot of paranormal podcasts and like TV shows and stuff like that. And like everybody who says sleep paralysis is either hag or some kind of dark being. And it's because you can't register in your brain what's really happening. Mm-hmm. You did. They would go away. Right? So that's yeah.
Sweet, sweet DMT.
Sweet, sweet dude.
But if we go back to Sacramento, One place I would recommend if it's still up when pandemic comes up, Queen of Sheba. It is an Ethiopian food place. And if you've ever had Ethiopian food, it's really interesting.
Is that on Broadway?
An X, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that place. I was like, Ethiopian food. Like, the joke is they never eat, so I was like, what kind of food do they have?
Yeah, they have this big giant plate. They serve it in like family servings, right?
That's cool.
They have this big giant plate that's actually on top of it's got this bread. And it's called sponge bread. I don't know what the actual Ethiopian name for it is right now.
Yeah.
I can't
Is it
quite
like
remember.
similar to naan or something?
Well, it's got a little bit of vinegar in it, and it's spongy. But you treat it like a tortilla with say traditional Mexican food, like
Yeah, it sounds like naan bread, but different.
yeah, like the same use for
Because
naan
this
bread.
one's basically a tortilla, like it's a thick tortilla.
Well,
Or
this
like a
is
pita
kind of,
pocket, actually, closer to that.
this is kind of in between a tortilla and a pita.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little bit softer than a pita. But basically, what this food tastes like is like it's seasoned the same way that soul food is.
Okay.
It's very prominent in
Very
its seasoning.
flavorful. Yeah.
And oh my god, it's so good. It's so
The
tasty.
other term for spicy.
Well,
Burn
it's
your mouth off. It's lots of spice.
yeah, it's the other use for spicy. Yeah. No, it's just very flavorful. Like my recommendation is always gonna be kikwa. It's just like a curry-like substance.
Sounds good. Yeah, I have to try that.
It tastes real good.
Real good.
Real super good.
There's another place I ever tried, but I was always told by family members who live in closer to downtown Sacramento that if you're on Broadway, you should try Pancake Circus. I don't know if that's still around, but it's got a giant creepy clown outside holding up their sign and what their specials are. And
I know the building's still up, but I don't know
it's
if
like
they're
an
still
old
open.
building from like the 60s, like
Yeah.
50s or 60s. It looks like the epitome of the 50s and 60s.
It looks like it would
diner.
appear in the film Joker.
Yeah, like it's a diner, but it's huge. But like I heard that place is so good. I hope it's still around. I heard that the best thing you get there is your pancakes. Otherwise than that, people are usually like, oh, it's a dirty diner, you know. But all I know is the dirty places are usually the best places.
Oh,
As long as they're not tainting the food, I don't care. Like,
no, if they've got a health inspector, hey, I'm good.
yeah. What else is there out there? Remember Willie's? We used to go to Willie's when we would play downtown Sac. That was a diner. It was a diner that you could get chili burgers and all that shit from, but then you could also get tamales.
Oh yeah, it was a 50s style.
Yeah, it was lots of chrome
Yeah,
and lots of neon.
yeah, and then they had a next door place that was like a creamery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we played over there, like at that one coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy metal show at a coffee shop. It was so stupid, but hey, for some reason Sacramento did it all the time. Metal show at a coffee shop.
Didn't they like we had like a comedy band?
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, we played a whole bunch of stuff. Where's the stupidest place we ever played? It was in downtown Folsom, or where the bars are, and we played in that little shop that was a corner store next to that one bar. And we were like, oh, we're going to play at that bar. And then we were like, no, next door. And it was like an antique shop. We played like hard rock in an antique shop.
Yeah, it was better.
That's so funny. That was the biggest. We remember we did play. Oh wait, no. I don't know if you were in the band at the time.
No,
I played at a bike place downtown. Yeah, I don't think you were
No,
there.
I wasn't.
Yeah, we played at a bike place.
But you had a video of it.
No,
No?
that's a coffee shop in Fair Oaks. That's now an Italian bistro. I don't know if there still are, but they were an Italian bistro. Tank Girl actually had a job interview for there, and they didn't hire her because she was allergic to shellfish. Yeah, right? But, so we don't mention the name, and if it's still there, then I guess they're doing something right. But yeah, it was there when it was just a coffee shop. And, we played there, and that was like a crazy metal show at a coffee shop. Zach did it everywhere. Remember, I could drop this name because it's not a band, it's not a company anymore. But you remember us playing the coffee shop? It's a Grind. That was like we played coffee shops all the time. Metal coffee shops. Like it's stupid. Speaking of music scene, I don't know. I can't drop the name. Well, I guess I could because I'm not talking bad about it. No, it's nothing. I'm not making money off this. This is fun.
Okay.
Dude, one of our favorite bands is back. Winter Rain is back.
Oh, that's correct.
In
yes.
Sacramento. I mean, I won't say the guys' names, but like their band is great. But it's, from what I see, it's like old lineup. They got the girl on the bass, and then the dude I think is one of the original drummers. Like he got the people back, and then of course he's got his brother, which makes it
He does
even
have the
more.
original drummer.
Yeah, but then he got his brother back, and that's the only way that band works, because it's so, you can't have the brothers not be in that band, to me. But we did see it many a time when he wasn't in the band.
Yeah, I'm glad he's playing with them.
Yeah, dude, it was always good, like seeing them play together. Like even if it was both their bands together, you know.
Yeah, he's like virtuoso guitar. Like he's got the skill for it.
Oh, both of them do.
Yeah,
but it's really cool.
More so the guy in the other band.
Yeah. So. But yeah, that's cool. That brought me back. I was like, I got an ad from him, and I was like, what? You remember me? And then he said, happy birthday to me. I was like, you do remember me? Like, that was cool. Like, I didn't think you remember me. He remembered Brent. Like, all of them knew him better.
He remembers me too.
Oh, I know he knows
He
you.
remembers me vividly.
I know he knows you.
And then
you talked to him constantly when we were trying to learn how to play metal.
yeah, I was like his biggest fan for a while.
Dude, that'd be him. Yep, it was good times. I miss the old scene, and it's like I wish I could go back to the old scene just because I'm more open-minded with music. So I wouldn't even care about all the screamo bands we had. I would actually enjoy them because I'd be like, I get to see my past again. You know, I think that's the only reason I would enjoy it. You know.
Yeah, I heard Brent tell me that the guy in the other band asked whether I'm getting better at guitar still, and he told him, yeah, he's like getting amazing at guitar.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, that felt really good.
Dude, we played some shows that I wish certain people would have been able to see. Like, great times.
Yeah, we played some cool stuff.
Dude, when I played Club Retro. I don't care. That's back in the old Club Retro. Like, before the new one. The new one was horrible. But it was at a church, so I don't understand what they were trying to do. But that scene, people kind of fell out of the whole going to a church for a concert thing. Like, that's why the other venue was more popular at the time in Orangeville. But like we played the original one because it was more of it didn't feel like a church. That's why I think people liked it. It was more of a youth group, and because their youth group came into this separate building, and they had like game rooms, and they had, you know, it was like going to Chuck E. Cheese, but for an older kid. Like, hey, I can get these snacks, I can get a hot dog, I can get soda, I can go watch a band for $10. Like a bunch of bands. And it's what brought people in to want to watch the scene. But when she got older, everybody kind of fell off it because, you know, they couldn't cuss. And if they had a song had a swear word in it, which, you know how we were always never really liked to add them in. But if you need it, you need it, whatever. But you couldn't cuss there. You couldn't have like certain merch that looked a certain way. If it looked scary, they were like, no. But the scene was good. Everybody who played the scene, like so many good bands that came through there. Even huge bands that are, or bands that are now huge, went through there. So, but that was fun. And we played a show there, and it was, yeah, you weren't in it at the time. But we played, and people were just like crowd chanting before our music, just trying to get the show going. I think it's because a bunch of people who were there were drunk and they don't serve alcohol there. So people were drinking in their cars in the back. Many a times I think I've committed a sin, and that was drinking on church grounds. I apologize. Being a young vagrant, right?
I don't consider it a sin.
I was for the people who do. So I do respect, even though I believe what I believe, and I don't believe a lot of that stuff. So, yeah, and then just so many other good shows. You and I played together a pretty big show that was at the place in Orangeville. Like we can shout out bands, right? Because we're not saying anything bad, right? Yeah, I think
we're saying identifiers.
Yeah, well, I mean, no, but like we
That
played.
we identify who we are.
We played with a pretty big video game band.
Yeah, we did.
Like in the video game band, if you can guess it, it has something to do with something you put on your hand for Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
If you can guess that, then you win.
Wasn't that one movie, the Wizard or something like that?
Yeah, the Wizard featured this at the end. But yeah, it's good times, like playing shows. So from Las Vegas to Sacramento, we have so many stories we could tell, and I think we're pretty good for telling the stories today. So maybe we'll do this brunch every couple weekends, or I don't know. I think we could do it every weekend. Depends on schedules, you know.
I'm gonna go ahead and say we do these as a surprise.
Well, we'll just keep them as a surprise then. So if you catch a Munch Brunch, then consider yourself lucky. You filthy animal. You filthy animal. Get munched. Munch Bros out.